In this video I will show you how to replace the headlamps and headlight bulbs on 2011 to 2015 Kia Sorento. Step number 1. Park the vehicle on a flat surface, place blocks in front of and behind the rear wheels for safety. 2. Open the engine compartment and remove the screws holding the headlight and grille located at the top shown in the image using a ratchet and a 10 mm socket. 3. Loosen the center screw on the plastic retaining clips holding the grille on the top using a Phillips screwdriver and remove the clips in their entirety by pulling them up with your hand. 4. Remove the screw holding the headlight located on the back side shown in the image using a ratchet and a 10 mm socket. 5. Disconnect the electrical plug by pressing down on the connector lock and pulling it out at the same time. 6. Remove the entire headlamp assembly by pulling the grille slightly with one hand and removing the headlamp assembly with the other hand at the same time. 7. Once the headlamp assembly has been removed, proceed to remove the low beam bulb access cover by turning the cover in a counterclockwise rotation as shown in the image. Note, if you are only replacing the bulb, follow the same procedure without removing the entire headlamp assembly by accessing it from the engine compartment. Same applies for the other bulbs. 8. Disconnect the headlight bulb electrical plug by pulling the connector lock out and simultaneously pulling the connector down with the other hand to disconnect it completely. 9. Rotate the headlight bulb in a counterclockwise rotation for about 45 degrees and pull it out completely. 10. Install the new headlight bulb in its original position in the reverse order that the old headlight bulb was removed, making sure that your hand doesn't touch the glass part of the new headlight bulb. 11. Connect the electrical plug back in its original position, making sure that the connector lock latches correctly. 12. Install the plastic cover back in its original position in the reverse order it was removed, making sure that it locks completely after you turn it in a clockwise direction. 13. To replace the high beam headlight bulb, remove the other plastic cover in the same way you removed the previous one. 14. Next, disconnect the electrical plug by pulling it out away from the headlight bulb. 15. Release the metal retainer clip that holds the bulb by pressing it in slightly and moving it to the side away from the metal tab that secures it in place. 16. Remove the headlight bulb by simply pulling it out with your hand. 17. Install the new headlight bulb in its original position, being careful not to touch the glass. Once the bulb is fully seated, install the safety lock back in its original position. 18. Connect the electrical plug back on and proceed to install the plastic cover back on as well in the reverse order it was removed. 19. To replace the turn signal bulb, rotate the light socket in a counterclockwise rotation and remove it completely. 20. Remove the turn signal bulb by applying slight pressure inwards and rotating the bulb in a counterclockwise rotation so that it is released. Once free, pull it out completely by hand to remove it. 21. Install the new turn signal bulb in its original position by pressing it slightly inwards and turning the bulb in a clockwise rotation until it sits correctly. Note, use a rubber glove if available to avoid touching the glass part of the bulb during installation. 22. Install the bulb socket in its original position in the reverse order it was removed, making sure that it is seated correctly. 23. Install the headlamp assembly back in its original position by pulling the grille slightly with one hand and installing the headlamp assembly with the other hand. 24. Install the clips that hold the grille back on. 25. Install and tighten the screw that holds the headlamp assembly, making sure that it is tightened properly. 26. Install and tighten firmly the screws that hold the grille and the headlamp assembly. Repeat the same steps to replace the headlamp assembly located on the other side. 27. Turn the headlights on and check that the lights work correctly. If necessary, align the light beam direction by turning the adjustment gear located on the back of the headlight. Note, parking the vehicle in front of a wall at night makes the adjustment of the light beam direction easier.